So today, I decided I was going to challenge myself and play Pokémon Legends Arceus and try to complete it with only one Bidoof. Now I know, people have done this before with several different Pokemon, but look, I wanted to try and be the first person to complete this game with only a Bidoof. And I know you may be thinking, well, don't you have to catch Pokemon in order to progress? Well, yes, that's why I'm gonna lay down some foundations, some rules. Now look, as I just said, you have to catch Pokemon in order to progress through the game. So, of course, we're gonna be catching Pokemon, so that is allowed. But you are not allowed to use any Pokemon in story-driven battles at all. You are only allowed to use your Bidoof. Now, does that sound fair to everyone? I personally think it sounds fair. If you want to use your Pokemon to complete some challenges, to level up your Pokédex, that's okay with me. I don't mind. That's exactly what I did because it was just easier that way. And you know, although this is a challenge, I didn't want to put so much stress on myself because you do have to complete challenges for Pokemon in order to progress. So, I think it's fair. And before we get into this completely, let me just say one thing. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so if you could, you should subscribe. You know, I think that'd be also equally as cool as playing this game with only one Bidoof. So, thank you very much and enjoy the video. So this game starts with Zelda telling us that we've been asleep for 100 years and that we have to go save the Kingdom of Hyrule. Actually, I'm reading the script for the wrong video game. Sorry about that. Alright, so this game starts off with God giving us a smartphone, and then we get sent to the Pokemon world where we are greeted by Professor Laventon, who tells us we gotta catch some Pokemon, so let's just do that exact thing. We catch our Rowlet, our Oshawott, and our Cyndaquil, and then we go into the village and get targeted because we are an outsider and nobody knows us, and this dude will not serve us any food, and it makes me really sad. Next, we meet a random girl that we do not know and she tries to tell us our backstory. Then Laventon comes in and he's like, alright dude, I'm signing you up for the Survey Corps. And then the girl's like, hey, you can't do that. What? The captain doesn't even know about this. And the captain's like, I'll allow it. And she just comes out of nowhere. And no one knows this kid. He appeared less than 20 seconds ago. And everyone is like, yeah, join the Survey Corps. I mean, do they... Like, what? He is 15. Anyway, God unleashes his fury onto the world and he strikes that tree, and then we go and choose our starter Pokemon, which we are not going to use, by the way, but I'm going to choose Rowlet anyways, because why not? Then this Volo guy won't let me not fight him because he is so obsessed with wanting to fight me that I just eventually have to. And then after that, we go and we find our little boy. There he is. This is our companion for the rest of our journey, and now the story can truly start. We are then formally inducted into the Survey Corps and are sentenced to our first mission, which is to complete the first level of our Pokédex and then return back. And once we do that, our friend Akari wants us to help her with couples therapy with her and her Pikachu by having us brutally beat them into the ground, because maybe it'll like help them like learn to rely on each other or something. I don't know, she just wants us to hit her, so we're gonna do exactly that. Next up is the first real challenge of the game, where we go and we have to fight against a Munchlax. And before we even get to that, we have to grind up a bit. And the thing about this run is that our Bidoof on his own, leveling up throughout the story, is not good enough to beat all of these Pokemon. So there is going to be a lot of grinding in this game. So before we go and fight him, we grind up a little bit, and then we go and we defeat this Munchlax, and now we get a mission to go and defeat an Alpha Pokemon, which isn't too hard either. Next, we meet Romeo and Juliet, then we get a mission, and we have to go grind up a bit, and then we fight a little kid with a cowboy hat on. And this kid is guardian, or he's the guard for the Kleavor, which we have to fight in order to calm his frenzy. And then Professor Laventon does the most outlandish thing in this game, where he looks at a map, some books, and I don't even know what else, and then he's like, Eureka, I know what we have to do, guys. And then he makes a plan to take down the Kleavor. I get a deer so I can ride, and then we go fight the girl, which I don't know why she wants to fight us, but we fight her Glaceon, and then we go and beat Cleavor, and I don't know. Akari then forces us to fuel her masochism and have us beat her up again. We then get sent to the second area in the game, and we have to fight Volo, who also wants us to fuel his masochism, and then we lose, but it's fine, you know, even if we lose that battle, it doesn't really matter. And then we reach the first roadblock in our game. We meet these 3 emo chicks, emo sisters, and they want us to fight them because they have a piece of a wall or something, and we have to beat them. And we go against one of their sisters, which has a Toxicroak. And, you know, it shouldn't be too hard. You know, my Bidoof, he can handle anything. Well, look, second time is the try. You know, that's what they always say. And so I go against him, and I mean, look, let's change the moves. Let's go back, and then let's do this, okay? Look, third time, it's the try, and okay, look, I went and I grinded and grinded and grinded for 5 hours straight, and then I still lost. So then after that, we level up our Pokédex a little bit, and we go back, and we can learn some new moves now. And we go back to fight the Toxicroak, and then we lose one more time, but, you know, after that, we do win, so, you know, it was worth it in the end, okay? All of that training, all of that time it took us. Yeah. So, after we finally beat that Toxicroak, we go to this old lady, and then we give her a piece of a wall, and then she's all like, oh, hey, can you go beat up this bear? So then we beat up the bear, and then we have to use the bear to find this person who broke their ankle, and I'm like, okay, and then I go and I level up my Pokédex again, because I just need to be overpowered. And you know, at this point, I'm feeling really, really worried about myself, and I need some reassurance in my life, so I go, and I see this guy, and he says to me, you and your partner, you guys are close, and you know what, that gave me all the reassurance I needed to continue my journey. We now find ourselves at the second boss, which is the Lilligant, and it's actually a pretty easy boss battle, you know, nothing too hard. Our Bidoof didn't even need to fight him, you know, we just do these on our own. After that, we get our next objective, which is to go to the third area and find our way to Fire Spit Island. And once we do, we meet this lady with 2 Growlithe. Tells us that there's no beast for us to quell, you know, no beast that's frenzied, and so we're like, okay. So we go talk to the Diamond Clan leader, and he tells us, you gotta go catch this Dusclops so we can make some food. And then I'm like, okay, and so we make the food, and then we make our way to get a little fish that'll help us get to Fire Spit Island. Still not too sure what for, but then the 3 goth chicks come back and they steal the lady's Arcanine, and it's sad. So we have to go to Fire Spit Island to defeat them, and oh my god, this is where we get our second roadblock, because I spent another 5 hours grinding to beat them, because in this boss battle, this mini boss battle, you have to beat all 3 of the girls, one after the other, and it is an incredibly grueling task that my Bidoof was able to pull off after about, like I said, 5 or 6 hours, but it was worth it, and we are finally able to go against the third boss, which is an Arcanine, because the little Growlithe decided to evolve and get mad because his dad told him to or something, and then we beat it no problem once again, because I am too good at this game. After defeating the Arcanine, we then go back to the village, and we meet this dude who tells us, hey, we gotta go to a mountain range, and we gotta quell another frenzy of Electrode. And I was like, I mean, okay, but then, before we go there, I level up my Pokédex one last time, because, you know, it's just for safekeeping. And so we go on, and we get to the mountain, and we go through a little cave, and he's telling me a bit of his backstory, blah blah blah. He feels like he knows a lot. I don't really care about what he's saying. So then we go and we meet this girl who is part of the Diamond Clan, and then she's all like, beat me, fight me, fight me, fight me. So then we fight her, and then we kill her Skuttank, and we're just that good at the game. We proceed to fight Ingo, and we lose a few times, but it's okay. We still beat him in the end because we're that good at the game. And after we defeat Ingo, we go and we fight that girl again, but it's 3 Pokemon against 1. What am I supposed to do here? I don't understand. Like, I mean, I just don't get it. So I grind for another few hours, and then I eventually beat this girl, and we get to fight the Electrode. And once we fight this Electrode, it's actually one of the hardest bosses in this game, in my opinion. It is harder than the last boss that we have to fight. It is so hard. It is crazy. And after defeating the Electrode, we go back to the village, and we see that our captain is on the floor because she's afraid of Wurmples, and she gives us our last task, which is to go to the mountaintops, the little freezing mountaintops, and we meet up with the Diamond and Pearl girls, and we are led to fight the mentor of this Pearl girl. Okay, it was pretty easy. And then we go and we meet this little girl, and she has a Bravior, which we need to use. So we follow her around, do an elaborate game of tag, and then we have to go through a little mini dungeon. It's crazy. It's the first time we have to use our brains in this game, and we have to do some puzzles. Terrifying, I know. After doing the puzzles, we proceed to go and fight this girl, which has some pretty big Pokemon, but it's actually easier than the other fights. I didn't have to grind up for this. I only had to do it like once or twice. So in the end, that was pretty easy, and our final fight is with the very bird we are going to ride, and we one-shotted. Yep. So then we go, and we are now ready to fight the last boss. Lug. And to be honest, this intro screen goes hard. Why did they make it so hard? Didn't need to. But the boss battle isn't too hard either. It's easier than the Electrodes, and I defeat the Avalugg, no problem. And then we go home, we eat some good potatoes, and we get a good night's rest. But then a Pokemon appears, and we go outside. And it's like Bloodborne. It's like this is just Bloodborne right now. So, Mr. Komodo, he tells us there's an imposter among us, and he kicks us out of the village, and we have to do the Walk of Shame, and we have to go to the 3 lakes across different places, and we collect shards in order to create a red rubber band for whatever reason. I'm not too sure, to be honest. And so after we find this big great band, we go home, talk to the captain. She tells us that Mr. Komodo has gone to the top to try and defeat the true final boss of this game by himself. And it's like, huh? No. So we go and we try to stop him, but first this little girl gives us some words of encouragement, gives us a max revive, and we are ready to go. And when we are at the top, right before we meet the dude that serves us our potatoes, the one who treated us as an outsider and didn't like us being there. And he tells us he's gonna kill us. And it's like, okay, he's a ninja, he's gonna kill us. And we do a Pokemon battle, and I'm sad to say that this is where the run ended. The Sneasler that I went against was too difficult. I could not beat it for the life of me. No matter what I did, I couldn't beat it. I'm sorry. It was heartbreaking. And I'm sorry to everyone watching this video, but it seems that for now, you cannot beat Pokémon Arceus with only one Bidoof. And to be honest, I actually think the challenge could be done. I was tired, and you know, even if I got to level 100, I don't think I would have been able to beat the Sneasler. I think it was too fast, and no matter what happened, I think I would have lost. And even then, afterwards, Komodo's battle is actually kind of difficult too, so I think this was going to be the end of the run, no matter which way we slice it, but we got so close to the end. And look, if anyone else can do this challenge, please do it, and I would love to see it. I want to see how it should have ended, you know, but if it's impossible, it is what it is, you know. But at the end of it all, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna make more videos like this. I don't know what though. In the summer, I'm gonna plan on doing a few Pokemon Nuzlocke, so stick around for that. I might start streaming soon. Who knows? Look, the future is untold right now, but I would like to ask if you could maybe go down and subscribe. I put a lot of time and effort into this challenge video, and even though I didn't complete it, it was still a fun journey, and I did put a lot of time and grind into this. So it would really make me happy if you could help me get to 1,000 subscribers. If you could just subscribe, it'd be very well appreciated. Thank you very much, and have a good day.